Our third and last speaker is Dr. Kimberly Lumpkins, Professor, Department of Surgery, Chief of Pediatric Surgery at the School of Medicine, and a colleague. She's going to speak today about the value of learning to fail. Dr. Lumpkins?
Sorry, it's objectively a silly hat. I have been placed between you and lunch, which is the worst place that any speaker could ever possibly be. But that being said, it is a really great honor to be up here as one of your convocation speakers. If you think about it, convocation is really the only time that we have an event that's all about the faculty, right? We have student graduations and clinician ceremonies and student award ceremonies, but this is it for events focused on the faculty. And when I was a trainee and a student, I would look up the hierarchy and I would see the faculty and think, I cannot wait to get there because they know what they're doing. They've got it all figured out. Now, some of you in the audience who are a little more seasoned might remember an amazing 80s sitcom by the name of The Greatest American Hero. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm glad somebody knows what I'm talking about. This show, the protagonist was a substitute teacher who was gifted an alien supersuit with an incredible number of powers, but he wasn't gifted the instruction manual. So he crash landed a lot. And I don't know about you, but when I became faculty, I also was not given my instruction manual. And so I crash landed a lot. Because as a student and a trainee, things are actually pretty linear, right? You work really hard, you put in the time, you do a little integration here, a little algebra there, quote some Shakespeare, you get the A, right? You do. Your work is rewarded. And if you don't do that well, you kind of feel like a failure, right? You think, oh my goodness, I didn't work nearly hard enough, I didn't study hard enough, I'm gonna double my effort, and you do. And your grade goes up. Congratulations, you get a reward for your effort. But now, you're taking that work ethic and you're translating it into your faculty job, right? You have the knowledge, you have the expertise. It's time to execute. So you're in the ICU, and you diagnose the patient with congestive heart failure. You start them on exactly the right therapeutic regimen. Congratulations, have a cookie. Except, it isn't working, and her breathing is getting worse. Now she's intubated, and then you're telling her husband of 50 years that she's not going to be leaving the hospital. Or maybe you're a lawyer at the law school, and you're a community advocate representing the underserved. You were on the law review. You know exactly what you're doing. The judgment comes back, and you lost. You are the last hope of representation for those people. And now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you are staring up at the ceiling as the minutes tick by in the darkness. I don't understand. I thought I did everything right, but I must have gotten something wrong. I wasn't good enough. If only I had worked harder. If only I was a better doctor, maybe she would still be alive. If I was a better lawyer, maybe my clients would have won. And that failure sticks with you, eating you up from the inside out. Every single person in this audience, regardless of what profession or school you represent, is accustomed to success. But perfectionism is a weak foundation for life, because in life, you can do absolutely everything right, and it can still just go terribly, terribly wrong. And that weight, that burden, it sits with you, and you question your worth, you question your competence, you might even question your profession. You know, resilience is a buzzword right now, but all the workplace yoga sessions in the world are not gonna fix it when the call is coming from inside the house. It's coming from inside your darkness. And so from one recovering perfectionist to another, I have one charge for you. I want you to fail. I want you to fail often, and I want you to fail gloriously. I want you to nominate yourself for committees, to submit for long shot grants, to throw your name in the hat for opportunities that you don't really have a chance of getting. I want you to take up a fun hobby that you are absolutely awful at. I'm serious. I don't mean I was but a novice, and through hard work and dedication, I became a master. No. Awful, okay? And lest you think that I'm just pontificating up here, I'm gonna prove to you that I've walked this walk. So I need you all to come with me through the Wayback Machine. You ready? Here we go. I am 37 years old, and I am at my very first circus class. Yeah, you heard that right. Circus, right? Go up the silk, spin around a bunch 20 feet off the ground with no harness. Yeah, that, okay. And so in the midst of all of these limber teenage gazelles doing their warm-ups comes 5'4" and a respectably solid number of pounds of heavily armored assault unicorn. From your double footlock position with your arms extended, activate your core to flip upside down. Guys, I think someone forgot to turn off the gravity over here. Little help, please? Right? I had not even touched my toes before this class. I had no hope of being good. I had no hope of being competent, okay? I still don't know how you activate your abs to flip your butt upside down over your shoulders. I think I have too much butt for that. I just don't think it's possible. But I had to process that failure every single week. I had to sit with it every single week so that I could have fun. So what does that look like for you? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Art? Sports ball? What is it? I want you to go do it. I want you to embrace failure. I want you to feel it, to touch it, to taste it, to make it utterly mundane and familiar. I want you to be able to look in the mirror and say, I am not my last performance. My value is not defined by what happened in that courtroom or in that hospital ward or what happened to my last grant submission, which we won't talk about any further. You see, this might be a little bit surprising to you, but the University of Maryland at Baltimore is not a graduate school. It's not a professional school. It's a university that's dedicated to helping people. And by choosing to become faculty here, you have chosen a life of purpose. But the sacrifice that comes with that is the darkness when you fail those very same people. Because no matter how hard you try, you cannot be, and you will not be, perfect. As Leonard Cohen said, ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. My colleagues, embrace those cracks and banish your darkness. Thank you.